Hey yo, what's good world? SOS Wrestle Talk back at y'all once again for another New Japan show. This time it's a New Japan preview. We are previewing New Japan Pro Wrestling Sakura Genesis taking place on April 6th, this upcoming Saturday. It was one of the many shows we're getting on this huge WrestleMania weekend. So whatever your show you're watching down, where you're watching, put it down in the comment section below. Whatever multiple shows you're watching, put it down in the comment section below. I am the Pro Wrestle Fly God. I am Stardust Shiaku, Tetsuya Naito, all of that good stuff, here to bring y'all the New Japan Pro Wrestling Sakura Genesis preview / prediction show. So without any further ado, let's get into this thing. So the first match we have is a Frontier Zone 20-minute match. We got a 6-man tag, Boltin Oleg, Toru Yano, and Tomohiro Ishii taking on Chikharito Shioki, Takuro Niki, and Ayato Yoshida, the returning. I remember my man Ayato Yoshida. I missed him. It's been so long since we've seen him over a New Japan ring, man. At least I've seen him anyway. But I think Boltin Oleg's going to be taking the pinfall / L for his team to start the show. So moving on, the first official match on the show, we have a tag team match, that being Ryusuke Taguchi and El Desperado taking on TMDK's Takoze Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. So I think Fujita's going to take the fall, unfortunately. I think we should be at a point to where he should start being able to get wins. He's really no longer a young boy. He's aligned himself with TMDK. I would think that he's doing his excursion in-house with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So at some point, he's going to have to get a W. But I can kind of see the New Japan side of things. You go away, you come back, you've leveled up. So I get it. I think he's going to take the L for his team right here. And, I mean, actually, Zack Sabre Jr. should probably beat maybe Taguchi. I'm going to say that Zack Sabre Jr. gets the victory over Taguchi right here in this match. I'm going to go ahead and call that right here. Second match of this show is also a tag team match. We have the team of Los Ingobernables de Japón's Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi taking on Geto and David Finlay, returning David Finlay after his illness from the New Japan Cup. So I think the Bullet Club are going to get the victory. I think David Finlay is probably going to pin Bushi right here. Get him to rack up some wins on his return. I think that's the smart move to do. I think that's just the right call. And you know me, I love LIJ, but I'm also a fan of great booking. So I'm a fan of good booking. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Bullet Club gets the victory right here. David Finlay going ahead and picking up that win over Bushi. So the third match on the show is a 6-man tag team match, trios match, if you will. Doki, Yuya Uemura, and Sonata of Just 5 Guys taking on the United Empire's Jeff Cobb, Great O'Khan, and Callum Newman right here. Well, you know Callum Newman's taking an L. I'm going to say Sonata gets him. Considering he's so low down on the card than where he has been in the last few months. I think Sonata gets the W for his team. Adding a little momentum for Just 5 Guys as we move on down the card ourselves for our first title match of this show. For the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, we got a triple threat 3-way match. We have the challengers, Kevin Knight and Kushida, Jet Setters, the future Jet Setters of the future. We have Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors, War Dogs, Bullet Club in this bit. And we have Catch 2-2 of the United Empire, being the challengers. The War Dogs are the 75th Tag Team Champions. I think this is going to maybe end in a War Dogs retaining, and then we maybe get a War Dogs and Kushida Kevin Knight matchup in the future. So I think the Catch 2-2 team, as much as I like them, are going to be the team to take the L right here, unfortunately. So yeah, they're taking the L, but we move on. It's okay. Hey, I love y'all Catch 2-2, but hey, we got to look at the bigger picture of things. And that's what I think we're doing right here. So we do that as we move on to our next title match in the show. Is for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Challengers Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto taking on the 101st champions, mind you. That being Chase Owens and Kenta right here. I think that we're going to have a championship retaining. I think that the Bullet Club are going to retain right here. I could see Bishamon getting a victory, but at this point, I love Bishamon as a team. They're a good tag team. I just kind of feel like them losing the belts, getting belts back, losing the belts, getting the belts back. I think they need to have a little bit of a struggle before they get these belts back. And I don't mean that struggle just being a World Tag League. I mean this in the course of the year. So I think that's what's going to happen right here. I got Chase Owens and Kenta retaining their tag team titles. And then we move on to our next title match of the show. This is pretty much Punky 3K imploding right here. This match been long and coming down in the pipe. We have for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, we have the challenger Yo, who is in possession of the belt right now, taking on a 95th champion, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, that is Sho, representing the House of Torture. Cut, simple, and dry. I think Sho's going to retain. I think it's always a bad juju in pro wrestling when you have a championship program and you steal the champion's belt. It's always bad juju because you're parading around like you're the champion. You pretty much, yeah, it's just bad. So I just think that Sho's going to retain right here. And who's going to be his next challenger? I'll be eager to see. Maybe we'll get another Desperado matchup. I don't know, man. So I'll be interested to see who's going to be his next challenger coming up. But then, special tag team match right here. We have the House of Tortures, Ren Narita and Jack Perry taking on Shota Umino and Jon Moxley. As much as I want the House of Torture to win this match, they're not bringing Jon Moxley over here to take the L unless it's in a important situation. So I think you're going to get the victory, that being the Death Riders. I think the Death Riders are going to get the win. Jon Moxley maybe pins Ren Narita right here. Promise to be with the Death Rider. Let's see how many times I can say Death Rider. I'm done saying it already. So I think the team of Shota Umino and Jon Moxley is going to get the dub. Moving on up the card, we got Shingo Takagi taking on, for that never openweight title, the current champion, the 43rd champion, the King of Darkness, the main representative of the House of Torture, Evil right here. I think Evil's going to retain, cut and dry. I do. I think it's kind of setting up for things that's going to happen down the line. So I think Evil's going to retain. It's kind of going to tie into my thoughts of the main event is. So I got Evil retaining. And now, without any further ado, for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, the man who won the New Japan Cup, Yota Tsuji, who pretty much has a rocket strapped to his back right now. And I love it. I love Yota Tsuji. He's a great talent. Taking on his stablemate, almost kind of like a mentor in a way, in the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, that being Tetsuya Naito. Tsuji has said many things leading up to this match. He said he's going to bring back the V4. He said he's going to retire the Intercontinental, but he can only do it with a match with one man. So with all the stuff Tsuji's been saying, I think Naito's due to retain. He's got a match coming up next week with Jon Moxley in Chicago, which I will be at. So I think I think Tetsuya Naito retains this championship, thus setting us up for a match with him and Jon Moxley next week. And we might even get a face-off here between he and Moxley post-show. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think this is going to be a great wrestling show to pretty much kick off an amazing wrestling weekend, whether you're watching WWE, New Japan, AEW, GCW, The Collective, whatever you're watching, enjoy all that pro wrestling, man, because it's going to be fun. Hope if you are there in Philly, have a great time, enjoy yourself. And then I'm like, man, if you're in Philly right now, why are you listening to me, bro? I mean, I appreciate it, but bro, you're doing shit if you actually are there in Philly in Mania weekend, because I'm very envious of you. But then once again, I'm glad that you're out there. So it's the Pro Wrestling Fly Guy, Stardust Shiaku, Bluntzy and Naito, El Toro Negro, the Human LIJ Cap, signing off for SOS Wrestle Talk. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.